My name is Garrick Rumley. I'm a Marine Corps champion pistol shooter, and today we're going to look at some gun fails on the internet and see where people went wrong and what they could have done differently for a better outcome. Shout out to Top Notch World right here.
The 400 grain platinum tip.
Okay, you can see that she's super scared. This guy's talking about 400 grain platinum tip. You can see the way that she's holding this pistol right now. She is not confident. She's super nervous. Revolvers like these, I don't know.
And the 500 Magnum, and Stephanie is going to
500 Magnum. This is a massive, massive pistol round. I haven't shot one ever. This would work me if I shot this thing. It really kicks like a mule. And you can tell just the way that she's holding it, she is not confident shooting this thing. This is not going to go well.
to give it a shot. All right, cock back that hammer. Here we go. Oh, you all right?
Yeah, that guy, unless she wanted to do that, but even still, it's so stupid because it's so unsafe. However, the one thing I would say is that if you're ever going to do that and like a beginner really wants to shoot like a big gun like that, make sure you only put one round in the gun, because if you put more than one round, what's going to happen is, when they come back, they might pull the trigger again, because they might pull the trigger, right, like this, right, pull the trigger, and then it might freak out, and as it's recoiled, right, now it's like this, and they might be they might shoot their own head or something crazy. So if you're ever gonna give like more of a beginner like a big round because they want to try, because it's fun shooting guns like that, make sure you only put one gun in the bullet, so that way once the first one goes down range, if anything like that were to happen, there's no more bullets in the gun.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, that's happened to me before. Not like when I was on a shooting team. These scopes were like right by our eyes, because you wanted to be pretty close. And I remember one time I just wasn't holding the gun correctly, and it just like came back, knocked me just a little bit, and it hurt because scopes, they're super hard. And when it comes back, that scope is not bending. They're meant to, take some shock and stuff. So they're made really well. Even the cheaper ones are made really well nowadays. That would not feel good. Either that was a bad gun or he used a way too powerful round. Maybe they made like homemade shotgun shells or something like that, and something went wrong, because that's not normal. Oh, don't do that. The only way you ever look down a barrel of a gun is after you've disassembled it. Sometimes there can be, blockages in a gun that you have to clear out. But the only way you figure that out is if you believe there's a stoppage. You never look down the barrel. That kind of goes without saying. But Darwin Award right there. Yeah, you never look down the barrel of a gun unless you've completely disassembled the gun. And then you can look down it and clear any stoppages. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so if you were gonna do this, what you do is have like one person stand here and then they'd be facing out that way. This is like so many things. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Just point it right at her. Number 2, never point your weapon at anything you don't intend to destroy. This is like all messed up. He's pointing it right at her. Oh my gosh. You know what the other wild part is? After he shoots this person, look what he does. He just stands here. He's like, oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh. Still not moving. I wonder how long it took him to move. That whole time, he never moved. He never was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? He was just like, oh. I guess he's in shock, but.
Anytime. Stop, stop, stop! Oh, God. God dang, boy.
Shot through the truck. Yeah, I mean the guns kick hard, so especially like an automatic like that, it's gonna keep pushing back. That's why you have to lean into a gun in order to stop it from doing that. Especially with an automatic. I mean, what that looked like. I'm not. It looks like a 240 saw. So it shoots like 308, like hunting rounds. That's what it looks like to me. They're pretty popular guns in the military. So I got 249 saw or 240 Golf, I think actually it's called. But 249 saw is like a machine gun that shoots 5.56 rounds, like the same thing that comes out of an M16. And then this would be a 240 Golf, which shoots like 308 rounds, which is like a bigger hunting round. Also shoots like 7.62, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, if it's automatic, that's why you'll see people when before they shoot automatic, like when they're standing up and it's a shoulder fired weapon, like it's in their shoulder, they'll really lean forward because it's gonna kick you back, right? So all this gun is doing is it's trying to come back because all of the firepower is shooting out of the front of the gun, pushing the gun back over and over again. And yeah, I mean it looks like he's just on some like wooden boxes or whatever, so it's not very sturdy. It doesn't look like he's leaning in very hard.
Anytime.
Okay, look how he's standing. He's leaning like this, right, as he's shooting. He should be leaning into the gun like this, right? Because that's going to give him his stance is going to be forward. It's kind of like when you're boxing someone. You don't box someone and stand up like this, right? Because all they have to do is push you a tiny little bit and you just fall back, right? When you box somebody, you're leaned in like this, and that way if they push you, you kind of have a good athletic stance to be able to push back a little bit.
Go.
Don't shoot a 12 gauge single handed if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so you can see from right here, his pistol grip is super messed up. This guy clearly doesn't know what he's doing. Even though he's wearing a camo jacket and jeans and a baseball cap, it really looks like he knows what he's doing. What he's doing is you can see his thumb right here, and his hand, his support hand, the one not pulling the trigger, is just kind of coming down and over the top of his finger like this, right? All of this right here, you can see all the space where I can't touch the pistol with my support hand, right? The only thing it's touching right now is this thumb, right? That's it. And I'm trying to grab, but that thumb is in the way. So what he should be doing, you should see his firing hand grip, the one that's going to pull the trigger, get that thumb out of the way, and that way he could fold his hands in like this. And then he would have a lot better control over the pistol.
Hey there, guys. Nuts are.
Yeah, he had like decent control over it. Clearly, it didn't like throw him around, but that's why it came out of his hand was because he was only gripping it with one hand, basically. If he had had his thumb out of the way and was able to get more contact of his support hand on the gun, that wouldn't have happened. That was an easy fix.
Fancy. Right now we have the.
I mean, all of these are easy fixes, but that one, it clearly looked like he was not a total noob when it came to guns, but he probably did a lot of like rifle hunting or whatever because he looked like he was decently comfortable around guns, but it didn't look like he had done a whole lot of pistol shooting.
Desert Eagle 50 caliber pistol, and we're gonna do a full.
So this is the same caliber that woman shot at the very beginning, where I said it was just a bad idea to shoot this pistol because she didn't look like she knew what she was doing, and this is the same caliber.
Review on it. We're gonna show you the pros, the cons. All of us are going to shoot it. It's just going to be great. But not a lot of people know all the ins and outs about this pistol. And, you know, we're going to...
What the fuck?
God almighty, man. What kind of holster did you have, Eddie?
I think this... I actually think that was staged. Because if you look at this...
Pistol. And
he pulls the trigger prematurely. This is actually what happens as you're about to shoot a gun, especially if you don't dry fire a whole lot. A lot of people will do what's called recoil anticipation, and they'll jerk the trigger like this because they know that shot is coming, so they'll jerk the trigger. And he does that right here. It looks like So watch his finger that's on the trigger. You can see clearly his finger's like this. His finger's on the trigger. It's not straight up and off. You can see that it's on the trigger. And he goes like this a little bit. You can see his finger move. And it looks like he's trying to pull the trigger.
And, you know, we're going to...
And then he looks at it like, oh, it's not shooting. Ready?
Now it's about this pistol. And,
Right there. He kind of like pushes into it. That's another thing. Some people will push the gun. They'll push it like out and down because they know it's going to recoil up and back. So they push it out and down. And it looks like he's trying to push it out because he knows it's about to recoil back. So watch it one more time.
Not a lot of people know all the ins and outs about this pistol. And,
Right there. Like,
you know,
it's a very unnatural movement to like push a gun like this unless you're doing something with it. So this kind of looks staged to me.
we're going to...
What the fuck?
God almighty, man. What kind of holster did you have, Eddie?
And then also, yeah, that's definitely a fake one because you can tell by their reaction too, right? If somebody did that to me and I knew what I was doing, I'd be like, whoa, buddy, here, let's give me that gun real quick. And they don't even reach out; they're just like, what the fuck?
You're good.
Yeah, don't shoot shotguns one-handed unless you really know what you're doing. Shooting shotguns as a beginner without a buttstock is also not a good idea. A buttstock is what goes against your shoulder. So this person just, I don't know, a lot of these people are laughing, but it's never funny to do something so stupid with a gun. So just be safe. And also, they're at a public range right there. I mean, if there was anybody else in that room and they'd been doing that, like, look at where they're at. There's multiple lanes. Thankfully, they're there alone, but if there was anybody else there, that would have been even more unsafe. This is how you want to hold a pistol, right? Kind of like come up and over with your backhand, with a revolver. Oh yeah, see, his recoil management was actually good, but the gun blew up. I don't know what happened there.
It's gonna hit me back in my forehead.
No, it won't.
It's just dumb. Like, it makes for a good video, but never give somebody a gun that's too big for them because then they're not going to want to shoot anymore, right? If you're not comfortable shooting, you're never going to want to shoot. And this person, it looks like she's finally, kind of worked up the courage to shoot, and then she's just like, nope, turns around, walks away. So it makes for good videos, and maybe sometimes people are just being goofy, but it's super unsafe to shoot like this. And also, she's not going to want to shoot again anytime soon, right? If you would give her like a 20 gauge or a 22 or something fun, then she could have had like a real good day. But instead they wanted to make something go viral, which I guess mission accomplished. Oh yeah, so see this buttstock, how it's not in her shoulder at all? Like it should be like, let's say this is the buttstock right here. Like it should be like in her shoulder. There should be like pressure there, right? Her support hand, the one at the end of the gun, this one right here, right, should be pulling the buttstock into her shoulder, but it's kind of just like resting there, right? She looks like very, very relaxed. Like you shouldn't be relaxed when you're shooting a 12 gauge, and this is why. Yeah, it's just gonna push back super hard. But if she had already been pulling that buttstock into her shoulder, then once it's shot, it would already have good pressure. It wouldn't be able to go anywhere.
Minigun. His little pea shooter.
So he's like fiddling with his grip. He clearly doesn't understand how to grip this pistol properly, and he's trying to figure out what works best for him. So I don't know, it looks like a 40 Smith & Wesson or something.
Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
Did you mean to do that?
Magnum can shoot it single action. That's like trigger pull.
Did you mean to do that?
Definitely did not mean to do that. As an instructor, he should know to keep his fingers straight off the trigger until he's ready to fire. All right, that concludes that video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's a lot of goofballs out there who have no idea what they're doing when it comes to shooting. If you ever go shooting with a newbie, make sure that you give them a gun that's appropriate. Like, start out people with a 22. No matter how long you've been shooting, a 22 is super fun to shoot. So Don't give people more than they can handle. Make it fun. Make it safe. Until next time, stay safe, live free, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.